Hello and welcome back, Engineer Troy here, and well, welcome to episode 2. Episode 1, we left off. We were getting ready to do some research here. We had just finished building our battery and everything. We're going to get into researching, and we're going to kind of explore the asteroid a little bit, kind of see where everything is, start planning out our base a little bit more. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop into that. So we're going to go up here to the top right where the research is, and this is our research tree. Ooh. Jumping around here. I guess actually what we should probably do first is we come here to our printing pod, which you can also get to no matter where you are just by pressing H. It'll center it and bring you right to it. First, let's go to our colony summary and see what achievements we have. So we've got this one. And while we're here at the achievements, let's go ahead and talk about our plan going forward. If you're going for a full achievement playthrough, there are really only 3 that you can mess up, or 3 that you can miss. And that would be these 3 right here: carnivore, locavore, and super sustainable. So there's really only 3 of them that we need to be concerned with right now. The rest of them we can do whenever, however. There's really nothing that'll keep us from completing them later on or spoil our chances. So let's just start here at the bottom. The first one I want to talk about is super sustainable. This one we have to generate 240,000 kilojoules of power without using coal, natural gas, petrol, or wood generators. So what that means is we can use the manual generators, or we can use a hydrogen generator. As you can see, we've barely scratched the surface on this with the manual generator. This one takes a little bit. The other one here is the locavore. And to get this achievement, we gotta consume 400,000 calories of food without planting any seeds in planter boxes, farm tiles, or hydroponic farms. So basically we can't plant anything until we've eaten this many calories. But the only timed one is the carnivore one here, and this is probably the harder one of the 3. This one, super sustainable, it's really inconvenient. Locavore, if you're going for carnivore, you're going to get this. I mean, because it's the same amount of calories, and you're going to eat other things other than meat before you get to this. So this one's going to be pretty easy if you're going for this one, as long as you don't plant anything. So the one we need to can be our concern the most with is carnivore. So to do this, I'm going to go with a strategy. I've seen other people do it. I've already done the achievement on my Steam profile for this. To do is I like to do hatches, and so that's why we chose to go with a rancher right out of the gate in our starting dupes, and that's why we're going to make a beeline for ranching above all else, and to get at least, I would say, 4 ranches of hatches to get to this. So essentially those 3,200 calories that one hatch will drop will be cooked on the electric grill, and it'll make 4,000 calories of barbecue. So that said, let's go ahead and put that to the side for now, and we're going to go ahead and get into research. So I know that's a lot, but bear with me here. This is what we need to get to. We need the grooming station, we need the critter drop-off, we need the critter feeders, and we're also going to need these incubators. So we're really going to start hightailing it to here. There's 4 types of research, as you can see down here farther in the tree, but let's go ahead and focus on one thing at a time. We don't want to overload a new player right now. So the novice research is the first research. And this research is done at your research station. So everything that has just this one blue one here, or light blue, or whatever color you want to call this is what we can do right now. Once we get a supercomputer, which is the next stage of research, then we'll be able to do this advanced research. And plus we have to get one of our dupes skilled into it. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We don't need this right now because we can't do this. We don't need this, but we would like to get to the mess tables, and we're also going to need to do the supercomputer. The supercomputer's down here under colony development. It's right here. So I think what we're going to do first is we're just going to do this so we can get a mess table. We may or may not put that down before we start doing our supercomputer, but we're going to go ahead and do that now, and then we'll kind of circle back on this, and we'll get this supercomputer once we've gotten to the end of this. Okay, and we may have some time before our dupes skill up to the point where we can actually use them for the supercomputer, and then be able to, after we get the supercomputer, actually get these things right here, because we're going to have to do all 3 of these. As you see, it highlights all of these when you're looking at this. That's how many things you'd have to research in order to fully research this. That being said, we'll start here. We'll probably get the battery next, then we'll come down here. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Let's go ahead and get the battery. Then we'll come up here and do this, and then we'll come down here and we'll get the supercomputer, and then we'll worry about the rest of this later. We can talk about that later. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do the battery. Did I put it on that? Of course I did. Okay. Losing my mind. Now that we've got that sorted out, let's go ahead and start planning some things. Actually, you know what? Let's explore a little bit, and then we can kind of circle back to this. So let's go ahead and dig a little bit of this out. Dig to there, and then we'll also grab some of this. We'll beat a copy, and then we'll work our way up here, and then maybe across here. So let's see here what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here. Okay, so let's go here. Also, I'm going to put the floors 4 apart. I didn't know if I mentioned that before, but that's kind of pretty standard. That's what I do, especially with a lot of the buildings. I think the biggest ones are 4 high. Okay, for this, I think this is a bit of a waste of time, so what we'll do is we'll turn this off. We don't need to clean this, at least for now. As you can see here, this is what the germs look like when something has germs on it. And as you can see, there's a number that tells you how many germs are on it. Alright, so we've got into that. We've got our battery. We'll go ahead and get the supercomputer going. We're going to need a lot of stuff too. We're going to need the rock crusher. I'll show you what that is here in a little bit. How are we doing on calories? We're doing okay. And this is one of those reasons why I like using the gas overlay the most. It shows you what's in here. Right now she can't breathe, so she's going to have to come back to here every time she wants to catch her breath, which is kind of unfortunate. We might be able to fix this just by digging down a little bit. Looks like we have a little bit more water up here. That's very nice. Ooh, we've got a really big area over here. I think this is going to be a great spot for our hatch farms. Very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and plan a little bit of this now. So let's look at what the size on this is. The size is going to be, for the stable, each hatch needs 12 tiles to not be cramped, and the maximum size is 96, so that means we can get 8 of these bad boys in there. So, I'm just go like this and go 96, 96, right there. Plus that last one. This will mean this is our wall right here. C for cancel. Do it just like that. Alright. Let's get rid of these plants so we can actually do this. And we're just going to go ahead and do like this. A couple more up, just like this. Just like that. And do like this. Now, I actually have a blueprint that I like to follow. And I actually intend on making a separate video on my farm that I like to make. Let's go ahead and put down a big boy battery. Let's get back into our research. I think the next thing we're going to do, we have enough to do our supercomputer now. So let's go ahead and get the rock crusher, because that's something we're going to need. And then we'll start making a beeline for this, because I think we're still going to be a little bit before we have the proper tools. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring the priority down on this a little bit. What I'd like to do is dig across here, and then maybe go up. So I think what we'll do is we'll bring this down to like a priority of 3. All of this stuff here onto a priority of 3. And we'll just have them come back down here and do a little bit more work down here. And then of course we'll dig a little bit more of this out. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but with this printing pod here, it actually lets off a bit of light. That's one of the overlays I don't think we explored yet, but it's right here. And it shows you where the light is. Now, this light being on top of this workstation gives our dupe here a lit workspace buff, which increases their speed by 15%. So that's why we put this right here. And what we'll do is we'll put the supercomputer here, we'll box this into a room, and then we'll have ourselves a laboratory. Now the laboratory is right here, and it helps them gain an additional efficiency bonus. And if I'm not mistaken, it adds up to about 25% faster research. So that's definitely something worth getting early game. Another thing we might want to go ahead and do is we might want to go ahead and make these into rooms so we can get a little bit of morale bonus off of it. I'm not going to really worry about this right now because I'm actually going to end up moving this over here at some point, but we'll just kind of leave it the way it is right now. As I said, we're playing on default settings, so we're not really... Ooh, where are we at here? Let's go ahead and get you out of here, buddy. Might get a little bit more of a peek. Okay, so I see the abyssal light. That's what this stuff is right here. We're probably pretty close to a geyser here. I'm guessing it's probably right in here somewhere, which is good to know because we'll get some water from that. We'll talk about that later. Alright, we need to get some more research going. We're just blowing through this research. Let's go ahead and do this. That way we'll be ready for this. Now we have our barracks right here. So this will give them a +1 to morale. And we need to put down an oxygen diffuser because we're going to need some oxygen. Color we're looking for is more this color right here. The rest of this is kind of thin, and this is not breathable. So we're going to want to get that down, put some power to it. I guess we can do that. We'll go ahead and do this as well. And we'll get rid of this stuff to kind of give it some room to breathe. And we'll just go ahead and do this as well. Go ahead and clear this out a little bit. That's about the size that we're going to want for the maximum size for the barracks, because the barracks max size is 64 tiles. And if you do the math right here, do a G and drag, it's going to be, actually, we're one shy here. That's going to be 64 tiles. Right there. We're also probably going to want to come over here and grab this meal lice. That'll be a nice little source of food. Alright, looks like we have a skill point. Let's see who's getting their skill point first. So Hassan, you are our researcher. So that means you're going to go into research first. And we'll go ahead and give you a research hat. There we go. Let's see how we're close with you guys. Okay, we're getting pretty close. You, Max, are going to be going into farming right away. This right here, we're going to turn into a kitchen, and then below that will be the water storage, and then over here, I'm going to do the bathrooms. And so we'll get to that a little bit later, but we're going to have to move this water. It's not a super priority, but it's something that we're going to start working on as we're building out these farms, and we'll start to put some incubators over there. We're not quite to that yet. We'll go ahead and get these skill points taken care of here. Let's see, Lindsay, you're going to be our grill cook, but we're not really concerned about cooking just yet, so we're going to go ahead and put you into hard digging. You have a really good digging skill, so let's go ahead and put you into hard digging for now, so you can just dig for us. That'll take care of these skills that we need for this hard digging to do these little diamond shapes. Those take skills. Okay, and another thing we want to do here is we're going to hit Y. Y is for your harvest down here. It's the little sickle looking thing. And you can actually turn on the auto harvest like this. Or you can click on the plant and you can enable it right here. You can see some stats about the plant right here. What that'll do is whatever the priority is, depending on how the errands fall, someone will come harvest this plant, and this mealwood is edible. So that'll give us a little bit of calories to kind of offset what we don't have quite yet with the farms or with being able to plant anything. So, yeah, that's good. And there's our other one. Oh, wow. Everything's happening at once. So you have some skill points. Let's see what you're most proficient in. So you construction and machinery and husbandry. You're going to be our critter ranching, so you need to come right into here. You should put in the farming. Your next point's going to be into husbandry. You are going to be our rancher. And let's go ahead and see what we have as far as research goes. We've already done our rock crusher. We're going to get that down soon. At some point we're going to start going into bathrooms. This is all your bathroom stuff right here. We'll kind of work through that as we go. And then you have your gas stuff. It's all nicely laid out into these categories. So what we'll do for now is we will take care of some of these other small things. We're not going to worry about this right now. Medicine's not really something I think we're going to have to worry about through this playthrough, at least not early game. We're going to want to get to these insulated tiles because those are really good at insulating against heat and cold. We'll want the airflow tires. So let's go ahead and just do this while we're waiting. We're also going to want this because I want this door for the particular way that I like to set up my hatch farms. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll just come back here and we'll let that run. And let's go ahead and lay some of this off. So now we're going to have this. The supercomputer is going to be here. So let's go ahead and deconstruct this box. We'll give it a little bit higher of a priority. We'll grab another one of these, just like this. This research station, the supercomputer, is going to be this wide. It's going to go right here. And we'll go ahead and we'll put us a door here and a door here because we're going to need to close this in for our laboratory. And then we'll go ahead and get our wiring up for it right there. And we'll do this. Okay, so I think we've made a good bit of progress. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and see what's going on here. I think we're going to go with this guy because I think a Dr. Decorator is a good combination. I'm not really concerned with his farming. I like that he's strong, which will give him some tidying speed advantage, as well as some carrying. And he's also got 30% decorating speed +3. So yeah, I think we're going to welcome Ren here to the colony. Let's get him a bed going. B to copy, put that in there. We need to make our barracks again here. And then we need to go ahead and put him... He's going to have a skill point right out of the gate. We're going to give him improved carry because we really need him to do the tidying for now. So we'll give him that. Go ahead and put him on the schedule. Go ahead and give him a high priority for tidying. So he should go do this toilet right away. You look like you're enjoying it. Well, at least he's doing it quickly. That's what we needed. Alright, well I think that's probably going to be a good place to end this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I'm enjoying playing this. I've played this through several times and I enjoy it each and every time. In the next episode we'll get our supercomputer built and start doing some more advanced research. We'll also dig out a little bit more on the map, find some more critters for our farms. We will also work a little bit more here on our water storage. So we'll see you next time.